Come on, I told you I've got it here somewhere.
This better be good.
Don't worry, it will be.
Got it. The crown jewel of my collection.
Whoa, is that an original?
You bet. Watch those fingerprints, please.
I can't believe you have a copy of the first war cry. The Army started putting out that newspaper all the way back in 1879.
Pretty cool, huh?
I don't get it though. Why did the Salvation Army need a newspaper in the first place?
To spread the word, obviously. The Salvation Army was brand new. Nobody back then really knew what it was about. And even more people didn't know Jesus. The paper was one way the Army spread the good news.
People didn't know about the Army? Why couldn't they just walk into the nearest Corps and ask?
Because this was way before the Corps buildings were even a thing. When the Salvation Army first started, it was out on street corners, in front of bars and shops.
Really?
Yeah, William and Catherine Booth saw a lot of suffering people in the East End of London back in 1865. Homeless people, orphans, people who were starving. They knew that these people needed help like food and shelter, but they also needed to know that God loved them. So instead of preaching from inside a church building, they took their message directly to the people.
They started preaching on street corners, telling people about the good news of Jesus. Church had been around for ages, but nobody had seen anything like this before. They took popular songs and turned them into church songs. They borrowed space in popular neighborhood music halls that could hold larger crowds, and he filled them.
And pretty soon they were running their own soup kitchens and houses for the homeless to sleep.
They started taking on issues that treated poor people unfairly. Remember the match factory?
A lot of people didn't like the way they were challenging the normal way of life. They faced a lot of threats of violence. And sometimes it was more than just threats. But that just made them fight harder. Eventually, the Salvation Army spread all over the world.
Whoa, this is like an adventure story.
The Salvation Army is an adventure. The adventure continues with every new border we cross.
And we're still expanding, right?
Totally. The Army is in 127 countries now. We opened in Nepal in 2009, Cambodia in 2012, and Slovakia in 2015. There are more than 1 million Salvation Army soldiers all over the world, and more than 300,000 junior soldiers like us. And with every new generation, the Army's adventures begins again.
And we're part of it, lifelong Army adventurers.
Who could maybe sometimes use a little more coordination. Watch those fingerprints, please.